Hi, my name is Redmond Neely. I am the CEO and founder of On Trek Carbon Bikes. Our slogan is stay consistent, stay motivated, stay on track. Okay, so to start, we're going to go over the executive summary. Meet the founder. This amazing guy is me. He is the brains behind the operation. About On Trek. On Trek, we utilize new technology to make bicycle parts anywhere in the world with carbon fiber, a material that is stronger and lighter and now less expensive than other metals. Um, our mission statement is to provide an elite biking experience at a moderate cost within their budget for our consumers. Our vision statement, we want to become the household name of carbon fiber bikes in the industry, um, the Walmart, the Amazon of carbon fiber bikes. That's our aspiration. Excuse me. For our business model, for my business model, we focus on being abstract, affordability, and design. For abstract, we base all of our research on market trends, market research, and current things on social media. For affordability, we believe that most of our consumers always wanted a carbon fiber bike, but never had the funds in order to fulfill that desire. So we're bridging that gap. And then for design, we focus on aesthetic minimalistic designs. And we're big on our customization option that allows customers to get a bike made exactly how they would like it. So the problems and slash or opportunities that led to the generation or the creation of this business starts with the market gap. Like I just said, most consumers in this industry always wanted a carbon fiber bike, but could never afford one. Opportunity within itself. The biking industry has been around for many years, but carbon fiber bikes is a fairly new market sector, so competition is at its lowest. The riding experience. Many bicyclists experience fatigue and discomfort at some point throughout the duration of their ride. And the cost aspect, the lack of differentiation in bike selections causes consumers to spend way more money on the wrong products. So we figured out decisions and solutions to those four reasons. For the first, it will be closing that gap. Our product enabled consumers to now afford this highly sought after carbon fiber bike. Since opportunity and competition is at its lowest, the time is now. Since the market isn't saturated, we can capitalize on the novelty by being the first to take initiative. Um, Smooth sailings, this will solve the riding experience issue. The ride will be more comfortable because carbon fiber dampens vibrations from rough surfaces, allowing for a smooth ride. And then customization as well. We allow consumers to be able to customize their bikes to complement their gender, their size, their shape, their weight, performance, everything. So they won't be out here buying a bike with expectations that it doesn't live up to. So for product overview, our products are unique, first to market, tested, and are authentic. Only products, only products that we create are designated and designed for the specific niche. Um, it's first to the market, a beautifully designed product, both stylish and functional. We tested it on different test markets. We had New York City, well, two different. We had New York City and Amsterdam. And then it's authentic because we make sure that the things that we do for our products, it can only be found at our company. Okay, so for product benefits, the bike will be far lighter than a metal bike, making it easier to pedal, meaning that the consumers will have more energy overall throughout the duration of their bike ride. Riders will feel more energized because they will be working less since the bike is lighter. Um, Bikes will be more affordable than the current carbon fiber bikes that are available on the market. More people will get to ride the latest and greatest, best looking bike that only people who really needed them could justify making the purchase in the first place. Excuse me. So for a market overview and the expectations, we looked into three segments. We have recreation, mountain, and speed. For recreation, this target market segment is price sensitive, so they are willing to pay for comfort, but they're not willing to pay that much for comfort. This market contains social consumers that enjoy short distance bike rides, and they value comfort and easy handling more than anything. As opposed to the mountain segment, they want a bike that can be taken off roads. They will pay a premium for features that enable them to make these difficult bike rides on these different terrains. And they're looking for sturdy, powerful, and agile bikes. For speed segment, consumers are looking for the lightest, fastest, most aerodynamic bikes on the market. They love physical challenge and long distance rides and will pay a high price and sacrifice comfort in order to get that edge that they are looking for. So for test market performance, this is a graph of the gross revenue demand that we have acquired in the first 2 quarters. For traction, Q1 we had no demand obviously because it was our first time starting out and we were figuring things out. But for Q2, we were able to amass a total of 407 units demanded, but we only sold 361 due to production, lack of production. Even still, we grossed 407,000 with a net revenue of 251,000. For our second quarter in business, we almost tripled the initial demand. We had about 1,042, 949 sold. The operating capacity needs to be enhanced in order to match demand. But for this quarter, we still grossed about 1.1 million in revenue, and we netted about 775,000. Looking back on that, what I feel like I learned and my company learned is utilization of sales channels. More feet on the ground can increase the demand, but also making sure that we increase the total number of sales reps so we can have more people targeting these markets. Also, demand projections. We underestimated demand in the first few quarters, which is why we had a lot of stockouts. To combat that, we decided to increase the fixed capacity and reduce the numbers of sales, lost sales amassed by stockouts. And also investments. Most major investments take about a quarter to arrive. So making sure that our demand projections are accurate so we can order the necessary amount of equipment to make sure we can maximize profit. So for current assessment of market and company, for our customers are looking for a few things in the different market segments. After looking at market research, we were able to find out the top 3 things that were the most important to the customers in each segment. For recreation, they're looking for a bike that is easy to use and ride, that is comfortable and that is safe. So reflectors and things like that. For mountain bike segment, they are looking for bikes that handles changes in incline pretty easily, can manage a rough terrain, and is very durable. For speed, it's within the name of the segment, they're looking for speed, lightweight bikes that requires rider expertise. And then right here we have the willingness that each market segment is willing to pay for their desired bike. So for recreation, we have 1100, mountain 1365, and speed 1580. Our company and our competition. For On Trek, some of our products are priced higher than our competition due to the capacity, due to their capacity. But our designs are simple and varies opposed to our competition. We also focus on affordability as our main draw for our customers. Our competitors, we have 3 listed right here. The Good Bike is one. Their products are more expensive than ours. Um, their actual recreation bike is cheaper than ours, but their mountain bike is more expensive than ours. For bike, both their products are cheaper than what we offer, but they are only limited to 2 market segments. They don't have a speed bike currently. For Thunder Bike, the same thing. But they don't offer a mountain bike. They offer only recreation and speed bikes. And then this is just a graph illustrating where each company lies when it comes to affordability and product diversity. So on track, we are further to the expensive side, and we also are closer to the product variation side because we offer 3 different bikes and we are priced pretty aggressive, lower than what the customers are willing to pay, but higher than what competitors are charging. And then the Good Bike kind of follow the same suit. They're a little bit more expensive, not expensive as us, but they don't offer as many products as us. Thunder Bike and Bike follow the same suit. So after conducting a SWOT analysis on the company, I was able to determine the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to our company. For strengths, marketing and raising brand awareness has been something we've been really good at. We actually have an acceptable rating currently for our recreation advertisement, and we have the #1 mountain bike advertisement. For product design, we have a fairly good bike that matches what consumers are looking for, and we have a 76 customer satisfaction rating, if I'm not mistaken. Employee compensation, we look to make sure that we are compensating our employees a more than fair package in order to not only increase productivity, but make sure that they are having the necessary means for their survival. Employee compensation and production productivity are kind of go hand in hand. We deem that the higher the employee compensation packs are, the more productive they will be at work. And as of now, we currently are sitting at like a 73% productivity rating, which is 3% higher than the average. But all that strength will be our advertising. We are currently we have like 17 inserts in circulation, and we are in the #1 spot as far as organic and paid, or only organic. So search engine marketing. Our weaknesses would be estimating demand, determining fixed capacity, and minimizing stock out. All of these go together because once we can accurately pick how much we are going to sell for the following quarter without risking having a lot of access or not producing enough, then we will be able to fix this issue. SWOT analysis continue our opportunities. We are currently we opened up a new store last quarter in New York City, and we just hired some employees to get that one in circulation. And we also are looking to open up a new store in Rio de Janeiro next quarter. We are increasing sales employees, so this is also allowing more feet to be on the ground, which allows us to flood each market segment a little bit more, which should increase demand. The industry growth is expected to approach 3% in the Q4, as told by Industry News, so that's something to look out for. We received offers from venture capitalists. They purchased 25,000 stock at $100 a share. So that's a good amount of money that we received from that aspect to use towards a number of things. We increased our fixed capacity, so we hoping that this fixes our production issue, but now we're able to produce 40 units a day, so we can increase our operating capacity. And also the new tech that's coming as soon as Q5 is also an opportunity for us to maximize profits. And then the only threats that I can see right now are the aggressive competition. We do have 2 competitors that are not that much, but are leading in market share. So figuring out ways to outbeat them and potentially convert their customers into our customers can help with that. Prices aren't expected to improve, so we have to figure out other ways to increase value within our products, advertising, or both. And the potential hazard warning. In order to combat that, I have invested some money into a clean room for our employees so they can help with that exposure to the carbon fiber materials. Excuse me. Next will be the future strategy for business and stakeholders. So right here we have a quarterly action plan for Q4. We have research and development and adjusting brands for the first month. And the second month, we're looking for to increase money. We already increased our money and spending into organic search engine marketing, kind of varying through those results and figuring out where can we improve with that, and then invest that money into paid marketing as well. I think right now we're paying 2.4, if I'm not mistaken, a bid, and then we have like a $250 budget. We're trying to hit the third spot, not necessarily the top page, but around that top 3 area. And then for the third month of the Q4, we're looking to do more of those improvement actions. We do have that clean room coming into play. We also have looked to donate some money into schools, and there's another area that we also put some money towards as far as becoming a more conscious capitalist type of company. On top of that, we're looking to open a new store in Rio, and then we have started planning for the next quarter. For Q5 and Q6, we have done projections in order to see what will that look like for us. As of now, with our current decisions that are made, that have been made, we're looking to hire employees for our new Rio store, and we may add one more sales employee to both the Amsterdam store. We want to follow up with the employee surveys to see if there's anything else that we can do to make our company more appeasable and comfortable for them. And then for the second month, we're looking to invest more money into research and development. Last quarter, well, in Q4, we spent about $1.4 million on enriched, stronger, lighter, and more durable carbon fiber materials to make our products out of. And we also put some money towards sustainable packaging and full suspension for the mountain bikes. We're trying to figure out ways to make them more what customers are looking for. So for Q5 and 6, we have some other areas that we have been looking into for research and development, but we still have to do some due diligence. And on top of that, we're looking to improve production, contingent upon demand continually to increase as we predict. And then for the last month of each quarter, we're the same type of actions, looking to system improvement, see where we can do to be more of a good consumer, help the community and things like that. And then tie any loose ends that's kind of not making things make as much sense as they could moving into the next quarter. All right, so for our growth strategy, Q4, we expanded our rural market, like previously stated, the stores that were just opened, and 2 new stores that were open, which increased our demand, and we bought 2 new 3D printers to increase our production capacity. We also released a speed bike this quarter as well. For Q5, we're looking to hire more employees, buy market research, spend more on R&D, and lower costs where possible. And Q6, kind of following that same strategy of Q5, also cutting back on spending, figuring out ways to increase demand, hiring new employees, increasing production, and selling more stock. So next, we have our marketing strategy. Branding. Our current brands that we are offering We have one for each segment: speed, recreation, and mountain. On the left, you can kind of see this is a picture of brand comparisons between our recreation bike and our competitors. A lot of things are pretty similar. There are some differences. For brand judgment, we currently sit at third with a 76 rating. For mounting bikes, we are first when it comes to judgment with a 68, and we're looking, like I said, the R&D investments and things like that in order to increase the judgment of both. Um, as far as pricing goes, on the left you can see both our brands for up to Q3 when it comes to brand profitability. Our Terrain Slayer is the more profitable bike, so we are going to look to put more money into advertising for that. As of current, when it comes to pricing, we are offering our recreation bike at 1,090, mountain at 1,365, and our new speed bike will be released at 1,550 without any rebates on any product. For advertising, our ad copy, we have one of the highest ranking ads for both the recreation and mountain bikes. As you can see, this is the areas that I was talking about, the inserts, the 17 inserts. Leisure and health are the main two for recreation, so we kind of focus just on those two markets, and the same applies for mountain and road. We increased spending from about 99 grand last quarter to 10,000 more dollars, so about 109,000 this quarter. And then down below, it's just an example of what our advertising looks like and why we are ranked with one of the highest ranking ads. Advertising continue. This is just showing you the online organic search engine marketing. We have the highest click-through rate, and we sit at number one spot for average position. If you look down, you have number of searches. It's also show that we're leading when it comes to recreation for number of searches and clicks. For paid search engine marketing, we have invested 14,000 into marketing, but we're still waiting for results. That should come back to us next quarter. Next will be our sales channel strategy. This is just showing our sales for Q3. Q3 we hit almost close to 1.2 million and grossed about 775,000 after expenses. Our current market is New Amsterdam. Our first store opened. We opened our first store there because it had the highest demand for recreational bikes and the second highest for mountain bikes. New York City is our choice, location of choice, because it has the highest demand for bikes as well, second highest demand for both bikes as well. Currently, we have 8 sales reps in both stores and 1 service employee at each location as well. When it comes to expansion, Rio, we chose to choose them because they will be the next best when it comes to those two markets, and they are a pretty good market for speed as well. Once the store opened, we would hire 5 more employees to run this location. We don't need as many as we would as like Amsterdam and New York due to demand not being as high, but 5 should be sufficient. Human resource strategy. So this is just breaking down. Like stated earlier, we do want to pay our employees higher because we believe it increases productivity ratings. And this is just current updates that I look to maintain until I increase them again. But as of now, as you can see, we have an 80% satisfaction rate when it comes to compensation packs, and we received 2 trophies saying that we were the #1 place to work for both production and sales, and we have the most productive sales employees and production employees in the industry. Our manufacturing strategy. So this just goes into the last quarter. We had 14 employees, sales employees, and they all sold about 74 units for the entire quarter a piece. Total demand was about 1,042. We're looking that sell demand to increase a little bit more than it did. Um, we want to, honestly, we feel like it will probably increase a little bit more, but since we didn't purchase a 3D printer last quarter, we can't ensure that we can handle the capacity necessary to increase. So as of now, the demand we're projecting per salesperson is about 78 units a piece for the quarter. And then below that is just broken down of how we intend on dividing that 1404. 604 of those units will be recreation bikes, 530 of those units will be mountain bikes, and then 207 will be speed bikes. Our production capacity. On the left is our operating capacity. As you can see, since we didn't buy a new 3D printer, we only have a fixed capacity of 24. In order to hit the numbers that we're trying to, our operating capacity only can be up to 22. So we will have some stockouts this coming quarter. Currently, our productivity rating is a 73, like stated. We chose not to offer overtime because it would drop productivity levels to about 72.6. Not major drops, but there's no need for it if it's not hurting. Financial strategy. Investing activities and capital. So we had our venture capitalists, we sold 25,000 stocks at 100 a share. Our certificate of deposit, we have put 567,000 in there last quarter to accumulate interest. We pulled out about 467,000. So now we have 100,000 just sitting in there. We're probably gonna just let it sit and continue to accumulate interest. We also were approved for a line of credit through the bank, and we are free to borrow up to $3.4 million in emergency capital for whatever reason may arise, or just to potentially continue to grow the company. Our current assets, we have 2.5 million from venture capitalists. Total shares, including venture capitalist shares, we have a total of 5 million. And then ending the cash after all decisions and investments for quarter four, our ending balance came out to 2,558,352. Our financial request. I, Redmond Neely, the CEO of OnTrack, would like to ask, on the behalf of my company, for 2.5 million in financial assistance. The money gain will be put towards fixing inequality issues, research and development, and increasing salaries and compensation packs for our employees. Next will be our pro forma cash flow, balance sheets, and income statements. This is our cash flows for the following quarter, what we're projecting for this quarter and the next quarters to follow. As you can see, the 850,000 that we're spending will be for 2 new printers that should arise in quarter 6. We bought a new printer this quarter as well, I believe. We haven't considered what projects that we're going to invest into for research and development, so that's why that remains at 0 as of now, but that should be soon changing. Quality checks, we're projecting they stay fairly consistent. Advertising, projecting that we increase about $5,000 for the next quarter in advertising just to continue to push the speed bike since it is still new. And further just supporting back the other 2 products that we are currently having in rotation. And then another 20,000 for quarter 6. Going down here, if you look at the net operating cash flows, you can see that we are in the negative 1.5 because of the research and development that we spent for quarter 4, but we are projecting to recover not only that, but almost double that investment in that quarter, and that operating cash flows at 1.3 million and then 1.2 million because we look to invest a little bit more in quarter 6 than we do in quarter 5. Continuing on, you can see our investing activities. We at 240,000 for quarter 5, nothing for quarter 6, but that will change. We are looking to put more money into our CD account, and we might invest more money into common stock as well. But all said and done, our projections for the next 3 quarters, we're looking to hit close to 5 million by the end of quarter 6. Our income statement, kind of the same thing. So we are spending 850,000 in cost of goods for the following quarter. So that's going to bring us from 2.7 in revenue that we're projecting to accumulate to generate to 1.8, and then the same for quarter 6. It would be 3.2 million, which we would be spending close to like $1 million in cost of goods sold. So it would bring us down to like 2.2 million. And this is our balance sheet with the projections. This is the cash that we will be ending the quarter with for each quarter, plus our fixed assets. This puts us at a little over 6.3 million to end quarter 6. Our tactical plan, and this kind of just justifies our projections. So we are looking to, we brought a new bike this quarter, invested into R&D, invested into internet marketing. We look to increase that over the next 2 quarters as well. We are opening a store this quarter, but we won't be opening any more stores, kind of just focusing on the 3 that we have now. Projected demand is looking to increase since we are increasing capacity. Right now, these are more conservative numbers, but I think it should be more over that. So the projected revenues that are right there listed, they might be higher or should be higher. As far as salaries, I'm looking to increase production supervisors to about 20 grand. I'll move sales reps up to about 25. Annual salaries is what I'm talking about, and then production up to about 15, I believe. And I think that would be it for adjusting compensation packs. We don't have any debt currently, and we look to maintain that and keep it that way. We are projecting to have about 360 lost sales due to the failure to buy the 3D printer last quarter, but we look to bring that down over the next 2 quarters and making sure to stay on top of that. That is all. Thank you. That's right. This is how you can contact me, and feel free to view our website. We have a lot of nice bikes on. Thank you.